The store a few minutes ago. I ran out on the other one. I was filming that, or taping that balloon landing, and that was quite interesting. So I'm headed over to Glenwood Springs now and see what goes on along the way. I think I'll stop in at some of the rest stops there. They're kind of interesting. They've got boats, or I should say canoes and rafts and things like that going by, and it'll be kind of fun to watch a little bit of that, and maybe stop in at the pool there at Glenwood Springs. There's a lot of people usually around there, and I guess that's about it for now. It's nice, sunny, and not too warm. When I get back to Eagle, maybe I'll check out to see what this deal is over at the courthouse. There's a lot of satellite vans and trucks from CNN and some of those stations that are there, and I see some of them staying at the motels around town as well. Right now I'm on a service road. I didn't get on the interstate. That's off to my right. Headed over to Dotsero. That's in the direction of Glenwood Springs from Gypsum. This is pretty typical of the color of the dirt that we work in around Gypsum and Dotsero. It's Two Rivers subdivision is what they're working on right now. The development is called Two Rivers. I don't know if maybe that's because the Eagle River and the Colorado River maybe join up in this area. This is where they're launching some of the rafts and canoes and kayaks and things like that onto the Colorado River, and then they go down the river for a ways. There's a bus with a couple of rafts on it. They're going to be launching it here in a few minutes, the way it looks. A good place to launch these, whatever they're going to go down the river on anyway. Okay, I'm in Dotsero, Colorado. Dotsero is north of the interstate, but where we're doing our work is over in this development here called Two Rivers, and they've gotten some houses in here so far. They're prefab homes is what most of them are. I don't know about the office here on the corner, but anyway, we're working to the west of this point mainly, and we'll be going back to work tomorrow, Monday. Okay, it was over in that area where I just came from, and the office is right over on the corner there. This is near the community center, I guess is what they'll call it, and we've got to put a handhold in here. I think we'll get at that maybe before I leave. That's going to be in that hole there, in that area anyway. And most of our work has been done behind this blue building here, down that alley and over to this house here. We put 4 handholds down in this alley, and over on this side of the street we're branching off to the west and to the east, and we've got to run a duct over towards this house and set a handhold over there as well. And this is looking south down that alley that I showed just a second ago. And over here we're putting in a pond, they call it. It's the last handhold we set last Friday. It's an interconnection point where they'll interconnect all the cables, pretty much all of them, to the subscribers in this area. And you can see here, this has not been any building on, but they are developing it, putting in the sidewalks and the streets, of course. So that's about it for Two Rivers subdivision. Now we're on the road again, headed for Glenwood Springs, just west of Dotsero. And not too far down the road, we enter Glenwood Canyon. It is kind of interesting to see this canyon. I've been down it several times, but it still is kind of fun to see because it's just amazing how they could make the road through here. There is a ranch along here. It's called Bar Ranch, and of course the Colorado River goes by this rest stop. So it's more than just a rest stop. It's kind of a place where people picnic and sightsee. Some people have their old cars here, traveling in them. This is the sign that goes into this Bar Ranch, and you go across this bridge to get there, across the Colorado River. The railroad is over on the other side here. I see Amtrak trains and things like that go along there every once in a while, and the bike trail is over here. And now we're coming up on the first tunnel just west of Bear Ranch, whatever it is. This isn't a very long one, but it's kind of amazing how they could dig these out like they did. And it's all rock in through here the way it looks. Here's our second tunnel coming up, and that's a long one. That even makes some turns inside there. It goes for a little ways, not at all like the Eisenhower tunnel, of course. About halfway through now, and there makes another turn. And now we've rounded another bend, and I'm seeing daylight up ahead there, so we'll be getting out of here in just a second. And we just got out of the tunnel, and I believe there's another rest stop here called Hanging Lake. I believe that's what this one is, but I don't remember the name of it, but we'll see. Some of these rocks along the side are hundreds of feet tall, and there's trees growing from them at different elevations. They're halfway up and 3/4 of the way up. There's trees all along there growing in rock. I'm in the Hanging Lake area right now, and the rafters go by here, and it gets to be quite some rough water at times, and they got to avoid those rocks down there as well. People bringing their rafts down and getting ready to go out on this water. Has a couple of kayakers going by. They seem to have a lot of fun on their kayaks. And it rolled over. Oh, he came up again. He was underneath the water, and he came up again. There's some people here that are just setting up a raft, and they've got a blower or a pump that'll pump it up, provided by some raft company in this area. There's a dog that's going to go swimming too, I think. He's got a handle on the top there. What's your dog's name?
Tank.
Hank?
Tank.
Okay,
Yeah.
what kind of a dog is he?
English Bulldog.
I see. What is your name?
Abby.
Abby, and where are you from?
Tennessee.
Oh, very good. I'm from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And here comes Tank.
Sit down, Tank.
What part of Minnesota are you from?
I grew up in Northeast Minneapolis.
Northeast Minneapolis. How about you?
Columbia Heights, Minneapolis, or Columbia Heights, just outside of Minneapolis.
I see. What about you?
Small town in Tennessee called Cookville.
Okay, you're from Tennessee. Okay. Very good. What are your names?
Mark.
Mark?
I'm Jerry.
Gary?
Will.
Will?
Will the
Okay,
Wild One.
nice meeting you. My name is Gordon.
Hey, Gordon, have a great time out here.
Thank you. Same to you.
I don't suppose you want to come out and get wet with us, do you?
Why, sure. No, I don't have anything to go out there in. Now here's another group that are taking off, and they end up in Glenwood Springs. So I'll maybe see where they land there for the heck of it. I don't know. Here they go. This is the one that's going to be running the show and kind of instructing them what to do as they go down the river.
And every time you stroke the water, you want about 3/4 of this ballot.
Looks like they're getting ready to take Tank along with them, the dog. They're getting ready to take off now, I guess, so let's see how it goes. I'll hit a few rapids right off the bat. Then they're off. We'll see how it goes here. Not too bad. Pretty nice ride. Here's my car, and I see more rafters are coming in. They haul them in, and the passengers are in the buses, of course. Over here at the Grizzly Creek area, they're feeding their horses, and I saw about 3 trailers of them along here. See, one person is swimming along the side, and anyway, this is just another rest stop, and it's called Grizzly Creek. Anyway, we're rounding this bend. We've got the railroad on the other side, the Colorado River, the east lane, bike path, and I'm on the west lane, which is the highest up. Right now I'm at the no-name rest area. Looks like the grass around here is brown and dried up. And here's the tunnels going into Glenwood Springs, going in and coming out of Glenwood Springs. Just on the other side of this one is Glenwood Springs, of course. And we're just coming out. There's a bike path up above. So you can bike all the way from about 18 miles, I would say, almost. We have hot springs. There's a pool over on the right-hand side here that's really big, and a lot of people go into that. And now this is that famous hot springs area at Glenwood Springs. They swim out here in the wintertime when it's cold, and the water, I don't know what it stays, but it stays plenty warm. There can be hundreds of people in there, I'm sure. And they've also got another deal here. They start up from the top and slide all the way down. There's one coming down.